Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PSN review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Destruction Derby, or Derby if you'd rather. At the start here there's basically a lot of options, stuff like that. In case you haven't worked out, it is basically a racing game but also an action crashing type game because there's loads of different modes. And the menus work similar to where Wipeout 2097, if you've ever saw it. Basically you choose all your stuff and then hit go at the bottom, so it's not a case of you just go choose this car, then it takes you to the race menu, and then it takes you to the etc etc. It's you choose all the different menus, then just hit go at the start. There's 3 cars to choose from, and the reason there's only 3 cars is because they're actually the difficulty level. So obviously, as you might have noticed, this one's called the Pro Smoothie, Amateur Grim Reaper and Rookie Psygnosis. That's because that's the rookie car, the pro car, the amateur car. Personally, I think the coolest one's the Grim Reaper, but for now, just sticking with the rookie one just to show it off, because I'll show off all 3. And I'll also, to be fair, show off as many of the modes as I can, because there's quite a lot of cover. There's basically, you've got stock car racing, which is standard racing. You race, you come first, you win. Simple as. You get blown up, you fail. There's then reckon racing, where you come first, you don't always win. You can come last and win, because reckon racing, it's about getting points from blowing things up. Destruction Derby, most fun mode, so I'll start with it. But you've also then got time trials, which time trials are the standard stuff, where obviously you just go on and play a time trial. There's multiplayer and championship race and stuff like that. However, the multiplayer doesn't work on the PSN because it's another one of those console ones where you have to link 2 consoles together. So again, I don't know why they actually included the options into it. So anyway, this is some Destruction Derby. The whole point is, you just basically crash, or to be fair, avoid crashing, because if you crash too much, then you get blown up. You have to be the last car driving. It's one of those that you've got your damage meter in the bottom right corner, and depending on where you're looking at, basically things will change colour. So the one on the left side, the one that's starting to change colour first, it's going yellow, and if any of them get to flashing red, then that means that side's in critical, and 1 or 2 more hits could totally wipe you out. The full car doesn't need to be fully destroyed. You could have all greens bar 1 that's flashing red, and your car could get destroyed. So it's one of those things that you have to be equal with dishing out the punishment. You can't just constantly focus on your top left corner and expect that everything will be fine. You've got to dish out your punishment in average ways. You can like reverse into them, so you're using the back corners, you can use the other front corner and stuff like that. You've got to be smart about how you do it, because driving in head first and crashing into everything isn't how you win this, even though that's how you'd actually expect that that's how you win it. You do actually have to be smart and use your car to your advantage, use the other cars. You have to try and dodge out the way so that they crash into the walls, stuff like that. And as I say, the whole point is to basically be the last car standing. As you might have guessed, being beaten up can actually affect the car's performance, and before anyone corrects us, because to be fair I have technically just been corrected, you can also win not by being the last car standing, but it does help because you get a load of points for that, but you also get points for causing damage, so you can win by not winning, again, same as the other races and all that. It's only to be fair, the actual standard races where the only time you have to win is that. As well as standard races, there's also championship modes, and for championship mode you have to choose your name, and I choose damage because I'm just that good. I cause more damage than anyone else, honest. That's why I choose the name. There's no hidden meaning there, there's no hidden effect. I mean, where the hell would you ever think that it might make you invincible? I mean, that's just crazy talk. So this is basically the reckon race on the championship mode. I've also gone onto the Grim Reaper to show off some differences, but I will explain the differences. As you go up through the cars, they get faster, better handling, but also weaker. So the pro car is pretty much, well, I know this is probably being a bit extreme, but a couple of crashes and that's it, you're dead. But it's, so as I say, the whole point of reckon race is you don't necessarily have to come first, although it does help. Best thing to do really though is just get as many points you can by crashing into things. You can die, and if you die then you don't fail, because again, if you've got enough points you can still continue on. But on the stock car races, if you die then that's it, you basically fail. The divisions and stuff like that I need to quickly explain. There's 5 divisions, and the lower the division you are, the higher you start up in the grid. So like obviously the worst division, it gives you pole position type thing, and it's decreases you down the further that you increase through the divisions. And basically, the divisions are you go through all of the 5 races and then the Destruction Derby in the bowl, because there's 6 tracks and then there's the 7th track, but again you go through the 5 races and the bowl, and then if you get enough points you go up a division and you advance through the division. If however when you see in the 3rd division or something you don't get enough points and you finish dead last, you will go back down a division. So it's one of those things, and if you manage to be the best that you can be, then you get the 7th track, which is the Ruined Monastery, and I will show it off because, to be fair, no one ever seems to show it off, or at least I never seem to see it. But at the same time, it's not as if, to be fair, the tracks look all that much different anyway. Graphically, the cars look really good and the damage and stuff like that, but the actual tracks look terrible. The scenery and everything like that, very, very basic. Not a fan. Musically, the game sounds okay, so I'll shut up for a bit, then cut into the monastery with the Pro car. Well, that was a bit of the music and some of the Pro car. There's a few things I have to mention. Basically, the top of your car, I know this doesn't seem all that important, but the top of your car changes colour as you advance through the divisions. Is a basically type thing as saying how great you are. The best move you can do on the game is the 360, where you knock into someone and they do 360. That's worth 10 points. However, it's worth 20 points if you do it on first place, because anything you do at first place is worth double the points. And speaking of first place, as soon as he finishes the race, that's it, the race is over. So it doesn't matter whether you're in 20th or what. As soon as, and speaking of, there was a 360, but as soon as he finishes the race, then that's it. So if you're in 20th and he's in first, as soon as he goes past the line, that's it, race over. So it's not exactly a great idea lagging too far behind, because you do obviously also get points for actually coming first as well. So basically trying to, I suppose, hovering around first place, seeing as you get double points, is the best way to actually drive. After you beat a race, so you can save the game, you can go on to view the league and all that, you can view replays, you can go on to the next race, or you can go on to the pit compound, which is actually something that's quite interesting if you're into art and stuff like that. And to be fair, it was more interesting when this used to look absolutely amazing and have great graphics, and now it looks terrible, because I mean, you look at this compared to things like Need for Speed Shift and that, it's pretty obvious what's going to win that one. But back when this was really good looking, you could just go through and view the artworks like this on the cars and their trucks and stuff like that, and it was a nice little feature, and it was the type of thing that you could be a bit impressed with, believe it or not. But that's pretty much everything there is to say about the game. It's very hard for me personally to recommend the game because I can't stand the driving racing sections of it. However, I do quite like the Destruction Derby part of it. They're just going around beating the crap out of things. So it's one of those. As a racer, I myself don't think it's all that great, but as a something else, I think it does its job well enough. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.